Hey, welcome back, wrestling fans. It's me. Well, it's not DDP, but it's Uncle Cody. And I'm back with my good buddies DSB and the returning prodigal son, Geigerman. And we're here because this Sunday is WWE's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs annual pay-per-view. And what are they doing this year? Well, for some reason, they decided to unify the titles again. The World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. And to commemorate this, we're going to tell you a couple of our favorite World Heavyweight Championship matches. WCW, WWF, ECW, I don't know. Who fucking knows what we're going to go over?
Hey, it's me, Geigerman, and I'm back. Well, growing up, I loved WCW. I watched a ton of matches where Goldberg came in and speared a lot of mid-carders and nearly non-wrestlers. But he moved his way through and got himself 154 pins. He was undefeated. And I remember thinking it was awesome when DDP was the People's Champion and he went against Goldberg at Halloween Havoc 1998. That to me was my favorite title match, and a big part of that was all the hype going into it with Goldberg being undefeated, and I really wanted DDP to win. So they went into the match, they faced off, they looked at each other a lot. In fact, Goldberg didn't do a lot of stuff, but he did flip DDP around a few times, and then he got him into an armbar. He had some, and then another armbar, and then he had an armbar, and then but then DDP was about to get him with the diamond cutter. Goldberg went in, speared him, where it looked like parts of DDP's vertebrae came out of his back, and then Goldberg pinned him, and DDP didn't win. But DDP stood up and held his hand up and was like, yeah, he won. I'm the People's Champion. But still, going into it, that was probably the most excited I had been going into a championship match, and that's what I remember.
Okay, so it's no surprise who is going to be in my pick, because he's in every single pick I ever make. And that's Mick Foley. And this version of him is Mankind. And the year 1999, the pay-per-view, Royal Rumble, and the opponent, the great one, The Rock. And this was for the World Wrestling Federation at the time championship, and it was in the very infamous I Quit match. And wow, this match was insane, and it really is. They talk about the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker and Triple H being an end of an era match. This match literally was an end of an era, because this was so crazy and extreme with the chair shots and just the action that there's no way that they could do it anymore. Like, they went so over the top with this. So the setup is the Mankind beats The Rock for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock really wants to get another title shot, but the problem is Mankind won't give it to him. The only way that he'll do it is if he fights him in an I Quit match and nobody interferes and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, fast forward to the Royal Rumble match. They're going at it. You know, they try to put, The Rock tries to rock bottom Mankind through the, of course, Spanish announce table. It messes up. They fall through it. What else happens? Okay, so after the flub spot on the Spanish announce table, they didn't even put them through the Spanish announce table, but yet the Spanish announce team no longer has a table. I don't know how that works out. But they make their way up the ramp, and Mankind and The Rock climb up to the little bit of scaffolding on the second level, and The Rock throws them off and onto like this gigantic speaker setup. And he does nothing but hits a flat surface and falls down, but somehow this thing is sparking like crazy. I guess they had some pyro set up on it, because just flames were just shooting out of it, like it's a Goldberg entrance or something. But he goes through that. He still doesn't quit. They make it back to the ring, and then the most infamous part of the match comes in. The Rock gets some handcuffs and handcuffs Mankind's hands behind his back and proceeds to hit him with a chair, a steel chair which had no padding on it. This looked like pre-padding chairs for WWE. Like, he hit him in the head around 20-something times, and it was really hard to watch. And then they had that weird ending where they played the clip of Mankind saying "I quit" over, you know, his, I think he was pretty much knocked out at that point, body. And I don't know if that was supposed to be, because I can't remember the next night if they explained that as it was a work for him to lose the title, or if it was just Vince McMahon saying, do something to stop this match because we cannot continue on. And this is my favorite WWF title match. Yeah. I mean, after that, you don't see that kind of stuff anymore. They kind of did away with chair shots after that. I mean, you still see them every now and then, but not to the extreme that Mick Foley and The Rock took it. At Royal Rumble, 1999.
Hey, true believers. Hey guys, it's DSP. We're talking about our favorite match, favorite championship match, and my match, favorite without a doubt, WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Two of the greatest athletes at their time fighting over the championship match. And it was special because at that time it was the first ever Iron Man match. And to me, you don't get any better than that. You got the training montage, said it all. Bret Hart running in the snow in Canada, doing this, saying how he's the best there is, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna beat Bret Hart, I'm gonna beat Shawn Michaels. Oh, damn it. Shit.
Keep going.
When you're watching the montage, you know who's gonna win. I mean, obviously the torch has to be passed to Shawn Michaels, but you know, to me it was a little sad, not just in the fact that you knew that Bret Hart was gonna lose, but you knew it was an end of an era. It was the end of old WWF, going to the more attitude era of WWF. But the match itself, it was perfect. I mean, no pins for a whole hour, just them going back and forth and back and forth. Finally, Bret Hart puts the sharpshooter on Shawn Michaels. No tap out. That's the end of the match. They say, well, you know what, since time ran out, he didn't tap out, Bret Hart keeps the title. Bret Hart's walking away. All of a sudden, stipulation, sudden death. Who's it gonna go to? Obviously the torch has to be passed, and it was passed to Shawn Michaels. That was my favorite match.
So what will the future hold for WWE after this Sunday's tables, ladders, and chairs when we get yet another undisputed, or whatever they're calling it this time, unified world heavyweight champion? Probably a lot more John Cena. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Well, no, it's gonna happen. Don't worry. Anyway, for the internet and all wrestling fans out there, I'm Uncle Cody, of course DSB, and the returning Geiger Man. Until next time, tell us if you want us to review anything. Or not. Later.